everybody, welcome to Stone to React. So glad you're here joining me. And we're going to dive into the video that Foodie Beauty just did. It's called I'm Really Not Doing Too Well. She posted this 4 hours ago. At this moment, she has approximately 5,894 views. Let's get into it. Oops. There we go. No idea what that is she's pouring on top of. I don't even know what that is. It must be nuts. I guess I could look it up, right?
How much do you weigh, baby?
Okay, everybody, brace yourself. She's going to weigh herself. I don't trust this scale. I've never manipulated a scale, but I'm curious as to how it's done. I think that channel Bad Seed did a demonstration on how it's manipulated. I'm not sure. I don't understand it well enough. I'm not that savvy in that area, but should be interesting. I don't believe it when she weighs herself. I totally think she's over 400 pounds. There's no way. I mean, if you look at pictures of her, a year ago, 2 years ago, whatever. Oh, okay, so say 2 years ago. She looks considerably larger. Okay, why isn't this? All right, my space bar isn't working for me.
What?
Today is the 30th of November. I'm not gonna show myself fully because I'm not fully dressed. Here we go.
So she's saying that at the doctor's office, wait, let's go back. So at the doctor's office, she weighed in at 165 kg. Let me put that in pounds. That would be 363.7 pounds. There's no way that would have been right. She's showing here on a scale 163.1 kg, and that in pounds would be 359.5 in pounds. There's this. Do you guys believe this? I mean, do you believe that she weighs this much, or do you think that she weighs more, like I do? I have a hard time believing it because, I mean, the evidence is out there. You see the picture. She definitely looks a lot heavier. I don't understand what delusional world she's living in. She's definitely delusional. But, okay, let's get back into it. Okay, we saw the weight.
Breakfast. Getting the time again on my meter.
So her sugar is coming in at 207 mg. So I did a quick Google search. I was just curious because I'm not familiar with the numbers. So her number was 207 mg. So it says here, a person often does not experience symptoms until the levels exceed 200. So 180 would be the reference level of where it's considered high blood sugar. So that's just some fun facts.
But it reset. I don't know why. It was the same date as yesterday even, so some people were like, well, it's not the right date, but it's never the right date here, so it's not even January. So yeah, it's November 30th, 2023, and this morning it is 8:01 a.m. and
Why the hell is she whispering? Salah must be sleeping, or maybe she's pretending that Salah is sleeping, because we know she likes to pretend he's there all the time with her, which we know he's not. Please, come on. What a life is that?
my blood sugar fasting is 207, which is a pretty good drop. Yeah, I've been taking my medication.
I don't doubt that her sugar potentially had dropped. What I doubt is her consistency to keep up with it. She has a really hard time being consistent. And this is the area where she fails. Sure, this is great. Glad to see her sugar levels are down. But is she going to stay consistent? Is she going to stay consistent on eating a clean diet? Is she going to lessen her carbs or is she going to follow what that doctor says? Because what that diet that doctor gave is ridiculous. I mean, the meal she ate yesterday, the portions was enormous. That plate is a platter plate. That's like when you have guests over or you're sitting down for a family meal. Her spoon is a serving spoon. So you would use that to dish it out to the other guests that are sitting at the table. That's a serving. That's not a normal plate size. And she had it full to the gill. I mean, she had so much food on there. She has a very delusional idea of what a balanced diet is. She has a delusional idea of portion sizes. She needs to get a handle on that. She needs to have some inpatient help because she is beyond. I mean, she's so delusional now. She has no clue.
In the morning and at night for the blood sugar, and
Okay, we understand the blood sugar.
working
Move
so
on.
far. This breakfast, actually,
Okay, so let's look at this
it's
breakfast.
oatmeal.
She's having oatmeal. Not terribly bad, but still, I don't know, right? She's got all the banana, strawberry. This is all bad. I'm telling you, look, I was freaking fat as hell at one time. Okay, I lost a lot of weight. I had the diabetes, type 2 diabetes. I know what it's like. Like I've been there. I wasn't as heavy as her. But I'm very aware of the diet you have to follow. And I'm very aware of what succeeds and what fails, just because through trial and error and just, my own experiences. Bananas, that's the worst. Strawberries, it's sugar. She needs to. I know it sounds extreme. I know. I know a lot of people are going to say, well, that's extreme. She's not used to it, all this stuff. The point is, she needs to go extreme. What she needs to do is detox her body of those sugars. Now, I did like a full on like ketovore type thing for like, I think it was like 2 weeks or something like that, a while back, a long time ago. And it was amazing when you cleanse yourself of the sugars. It's amazing how you see your body transforming. I mean, you feel differently. I wasn't having these lingering headaches. I wasn't having issues. You have to do an extreme. When you're this sick and this obese, you have to go to extremes. I'm not saying she should starve herself. She should definitely eat enough food to fill herself up so she will be satisfied. But to consume sugar when you're having a sugar issue is foolish. It's unnecessary. You don't have to have this meal. Why not scramble some eggs, put a little bit of cheese if you want, and that's it. Make a steak next to it. Have some steak and eggs. That's a great breakfast, right? She could have a really good, satiating meal if she chose the right things. What she's going to do is she's going to eat this and she's going to be hungry in about 30 minutes. Like that's what's going to happen. That's what this does to you. It makes you hungry again. It's kind of like, I don't know if any of you guys eat pasta, and right, you could eat a load of pasta, be stuffed, and then suddenly you're hungry again a half an hour later. This is not a good choice. I'm not saying it's not healthy. Not at all. I'm not saying it's not a healthy meal. But for her situation, it's a bad choice.
Which I always say makes my tummy feel happy. It actually really helps my gut. And half a banana, a few strawberries, some cashews, and yeah, that's all she wrote. So that's it. All right, so this is my next.
Okay, so this is her lunch. She's having beans. I'm not quite sure what type of beans they are. They're definitely not fava beans, which is really good. I eat that a lot for breakfast. She's having some chicken. Very good. Broccoli, very good. I have no issues with this meal. Okay. Yes, the beans, debatable, right? Like, you don't need the carbs, right? But beans are very healthy for you. Um, Personally, in the situation she's in, she probably shouldn't have picked beans, but it's okay. This is a good meal. This is totally healthy and will make her feel full.
Next meal. It is 12:30 p.m. I'm having the rest of some rotisserie chicken I made last night, some broccoli, some beans. They're baked beans.
We'll have to. I'll anxiously wait to see what. I always forget what her name is. That bodybuilder chick. Because like she's like the real authority on it. Like her and my husband. My husband's like a total authority on nutrition. So I either check with my husband or her. You know, them two are the authorities on it. So I just pulled it up on Google. Here's some pictures of what it looks like. Kind of gives you an idea. It's really, really, really good. Very addictive. I personally love it. I probably eat it like once every 5 years because it's a bad idea.
Honestly, not feeling the best right now, but I thought I would come on here and give you an update. You know, nothing too exciting going on, but the medication is starting to give me digestive problems. I feel feelings similar to when I was on Ozempic, to be honest. That fullness feeling, like that really full feeling. I have heartburn, indigestion, and as much.
Sounds really familiar. When I was on the Ozempic and I was taking the 1 milligram dose, I started to get these abdominal, like it felt like a tightness. Um, and when I talked to my endocrinologist, it was recommended that I lower it slightly. So I went to like 0.75 and that worked better. The one thing that I would give as advice to Chantal is you have to make sure you're drinking a lot of water. You really, really have to make sure you drink a lot of water and just be in constant communication with your doctor if you're feeling those symptoms because you can adjust the dose. Like everybody responds differently to medication. I mean, there are some people who take 2 milligram Ozempic. Like, I don't even think I would have been able to handle that because at 1 milligram, I was suffering. Like, it was bad. Um, so I can't imagine. But that just proves like everybody's different. So I'm glad that she's identifying her symptoms and hopefully she's going to follow the instructions of the doctor so that she doesn't continue to have issues but still be able to address the current issues that she has with her health.
As I eat bad food, I never really get heartburn. But I'm having heartburn and I really don't feel an appetite to eat dinner, like honestly. So I think just being
Okay, so not feeling the appetite, okay, that's a good thing. I don't know why she thinks that's bad. It's actually good to not want to eat because that's just your body signaling that you're not hungry. So that's what you're supposed to feel when you're not hungry. You feel like you don't want to eat. So I don't know why she's complaining about that particular signal. I mean, I'm happy if my stomach's telling me I'm full. I'm happy.
On the medication now for like a few days since the doctor, however, whenever that was, you can see in my videos. I just feel that icky feeling of the metformin that I was talking about. Why I was reluctant to be on metformin. By the way, this is not a booger on my nose. It's actually like a pimple growing.
Oh.
So just to let you know, I'm not be grossed
Ouch,
out.
ouch. Have you guys ever had a pimple in your nose? I have. It was by far one of those painful things I've ever had. I've also had one in my ear that hurts like an MF, okay? So I feel her pain there.
And it's in the worst spot too. I find pimples on the nose. Ugh.
Yeah, it's rough.
I've been using rose water on my skin. I'm telling you guys, I had a dry patch here. Sometimes I get dry patches, like probably from.
So it looks like she's addressing the ringworm controversy, speculation, whatever you want to call it, that was out there, and she is calling it a dry spot. I can't tell what it is. It's very hard to tell because she highly filters herself. So it kind of distorts things as well as refines them. And I don't know what that is on her face. It could be ringworm, or it could be a skin condition. It could be an irritation. It could be a scratch from the animal. I don't know. I don't know. But I think that's why she's even bringing this up at this point.
My CPAP mask, I don't know, but I got a dry patch and I swear I used rose water on it for like one day and it was gone. Rose water is like a really good humectant. It's a very good moisturizer for your skin, and it's just really, really good for your skin. So I just get an empty bottle from like we had laying around, like from an empty spray bottle from Salah's Business, and from
Oh,
an
sorry.
empty spray bottle
Sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
from Salah's Business, and I rinsed it out very well. I might be cutting a
Oh,
lot to
I'm
yawn.
gonna
Sorry,
speed her
it's
up a little bit.
getting up there. And I was up pretty early. And I just bought rose water from the store you saw in my grocery haul. And now, speaking of sleep, I've been not really good with that. That's something I still struggle with. A bit of insomnia. Like, I'm a very, very, very light sleeper. So, um, the littlest thing, like if Salah shifts too much or the cat jumps on me throughout the night and I can't kick her out, I just can't do it. I just have issues, and then I have to get up to go to the bathroom at least twice. And I think that obviously the diabetes and the frequent urination.
Yeah, getting up at night to go to the bathroom is one of the most annoying things about getting older, right? Because as you get older, you can't hold it as long. So I find myself waking up at night having, or usually it's like the early morning hours, like at 4, and you have to get up anyway at 6, and then you got to try to sleep that 2 hours. I don't know if any of you can relate, but it's like the worst. Because once I'm woken up at night, I cannot fall back asleep. It's really hard. So, yeah, she's a light sleeper. That can't be fun.
Um, so yeah, the metformin and the other medication it's mixed with, those pills are upsetting my stomach now and making me feel full, bloated, and but it is reducing appetite because I don't feel like I didn't know that metformin
Okay, so full bloated isn't necessarily bad, Chantal. I don't know. That's not like if you were saying you were having pains, that'd be different.
did that. I heard people say, well, research the medications you're taking. Well, I don't really want to do that too much in depth because I know if I do, I'll freak out because I don't know. Some of the side effects can be horrible. But you gotta weigh the pros and cons. It's worth.
Well, it's just like when the internet first came out. Some of y'all might be too young to remember this, but when the internet first went out, it was like the doctor's worst nightmare when a patient would come in and be like, so I Googled my symptoms and this is what I think I have. And doctors would say back then, please don't Google too much or don't look on the internet too much. I don't even know if Google was around at that time, but they would kind of like try to discourage you from doing that because yeah, they ended up reading too much into it and suddenly you have, this and that, and it's not true.
Worth it to take it if it's gonna reduce my sugar and help me out there. So other than that, I've been struggling a lot with feeling like melancholy and depression from
Not fun.
um just lately just remembering my grandmother a lot more. Like I'll just be laying there and then all of a sudden something will just flash in my mind. Like
Well, if any of you have noticed, she seems to be reminiscing a lot lately. You remember she was reminiscing about the first bag of chips she ate and how happy and excited she got? It was interesting. My husband and I were sitting on the sofa the other night and we were having that conversation about her passion for food, like her love. And we were asking each other, like, have we ever in our lives felt that? Do we know what that feels like to really love food, to sit down and eat a meal and really like enjoy it and be in it and like the way she is, like that obsession, that memories connect to food and we could not think of one instance in our lives where we had that feeling. So I unfortunately cannot relate to what that feels like. Like to look back on my first ice cream cone. Like I don't connect food like that. Like food to me, it just seems like a necessary evil. I don't really enjoy eating. I just eat because you have to. Um, I do eat emotionally, which makes me despise food even more. But yeah, I mean, I can see in Chantal that she has this love for food. Like it rules her. It's the only thing that bosses her. She bosses everything else, but that's the only thing that can manipulate her is food. She will cave for food.
Like a memory, and um, it almost feels like a different life. And I wonder what she would think of now, like how she would be. She used to be, she didn't like me dating anyone, like really, until it was like, she just always thought everyone was red flags. And she just really just, if she saw how well I was being taken care of by Salah, I know she would love him. But she would be freaked out that I'm in the Middle East. I know she would be.
Oh yeah, of
Um,
course she would. Yeah.
but I'm safe. They have excellent healthcare here. There's nothing.
I mean, look, if any of you are adults of parents of adult children, you will relate to this, right? Like the idea of your kid living abroad, being so far away that you can't just hop on, a quick flight or a fast car drive, or that you can't reach your kids. It is a bit frightening. I would be uneasy about that. I definitely would be. I mean, I have one son that is abroad, and I can tell you it is stressful. So I would imagine her grandmother would be stressed thinking her grandchild was over there because there's so many unknowns.
I don't know. Like, there's nothing really. I feel totally safe here, especially as a Muslim. There's increasing hate crimes that I'm hearing in the news. There was that one Canadian guy who like just mowed down with his car an entire Muslim family. I don't know.
Chantal, the
I
hate
just
is
feel
on
safer
both
here. I'm not saying that
sides.
would happen to me, but it is something that makes you paranoid when you see these things in the media. Um, but there's like this nostalgia that will just come through my mind. And I feel like sad, and it's a sadness for longing. Do you ever get?
Do you think she's missing Canada? I mean, I know deep down she misses Canada, but do you think she's kind of going through like a little moment over the last week or so? Remember when she had that video where she was talking about she was going to come to Canada for a visit soon, and she was kind of reminiscing there as well. I don't know how long ago that was, but it seems like from that point up until now, she seems to be reminiscing a lot, like going through memories, thinking of people, events, certain foods, stuff like that. I just something I noticed. I don't know if anybody else has.
That just like a longing to kind of be a kid again sometimes, and just I don't know, like what I wouldn't give to be shopping right now for my grandmother at the grocery store on
Yeah,
Montreal Road in Ottawa.
that's rough.
I I miss her, and I don't let myself really think about it and grieve because you know it's just it's just so surreal to me that somebody that you love so much, like it's just so surreal to me that people die,
Yeah, that
that people die
happens.
that you love, and it makes me think, like it puts things into perspective, like death, it questions your own mortality, and it makes me think about that and how worried for me my grandmother would be that I have so many chronic illnesses at such a young age. um
I wonder what chronic illnesses she had. I don't know of any. I know she has chronic illnesses now, but if anybody could fill me in, I don't recall any childhood or younger 20s chronic illness. From my understanding is these things started to hit in her 30s, but I might be mistaken.
and grief is just different for everyone, and it's really hard. But I really wish I could see her, you know, and I just can't. That's one thing, you know, when people die, it's like I was thinking of that song, like, do you realize that everyone that you love is gonna die someday, or something like that. That song. It's like shocking. It's like, yeah, every single person we love is just gonna be gone someday. And having faith does help that fear of death. I find, like, it puts life into perspective for me, that we're not here to just consume, and I have to keep that in mind. I'm not here to just, like, eat my problems away or eat my life away or bury things, you know. I'm here to live life and to live it according to how God wants me to, and the purpose of this life is to prepare for the next one. You know, it's like a big test, a big development of the soul. So that's what makes me think, like, you know, material things just don't matter. Like, in the grand scheme of things, the only thing that matters is
no, they don't.
developing yourself and becoming a better person and being kind and passing the tests, you know. I know for sure that I'm being tested with my patients. When you have so many people just talking about you.
I saw a cut there, just noting that.
Another thing about the medication is my mouth is really dry, sorry. Like that scene from Me, Myself, and Irene, where his mouth is dry. Just tested in so many different things for patients. They call it saber. Like, an example is, I know that I get a lot of hate online. Okay, I have so many channels dedicated to hating me. Mind you, I haven't even looked at them in a while, which is why there's been no rages. I just ignore, you know, don't care. But
Do you guys believe that she hasn't recently watched any reactors? I don't. I for sure think she's watched Yaba, because she makes little snark remarks here and there that are digs at Yaba. I no doubt she's watching FFG. I can't imagine her not watching her. Oh, the Tea woman. The oh my gosh, I forget the channel, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Um, she's another one she makes digs on, that I've heard recently. So no, I don't believe that, but I'm curious what you guys think.
but it wasn't always like that, and I hope I can stay this way. But I think that I'm gonna keep being tested with that until I can just turn the other cheek.
Milk tea, milk tea. I'm so sorry. It was milk tea. My apologies. That British woman, milk tea. Yes, she was poking fun at her the other day.
And just be like, whatever, say what you want, you know. My life is in God's hands, and I have to focus on my journey and not everything else around trying to pull me down, you know. So I feel like until I really learn that lesson, I'm just going to keep being tested on it. So that's just an example. This is kind of just like a word salad video, but it's just more of a speaking my mind.
Just gonna pause this here. Need to unlock the door for hubby. Okay, let's get back into this.
Because I'm not feeling the best to really go out and do too many adventures right now, until I can feel a bit better. But I feel like I'm on the right.
I agree. She shouldn't be doing anything strenuous right now, considering where her blood sugar's at. I think she should just focus on her diet, get herself in check there, get her mental health in the right place, because obviously she's feeling more depressed lately. I mean, we can all see it, right?
Track. I'm sure there will be very hard times, maybe, I don't know, hopefully no slips, but
look, Chantal, you're in a foreign country. You've been there over a year. You lived all your life in Canada. You have friends and family and all this stuff. You're going to go through this. This is expected. You're going to remember, you know, certain memories and people and miss things, and that's totally normal. I would imagine you'd feel that.
I feel like if I did slip and eat something really horrible, it would not be good for my stomach with how it's feeling. Oh no. I can't even imagine, honestly. Like I told you guys, metformin just messes me up so bad. But I'm gonna stick it out because it seems to be working with my blood sugar.
Good.
That's a new low for the blood sugar.
Consistency.
So,
Consistency.
anyways, um, that's about it, I guess. Um, yeah, I guess that's it. I don't know. So yeah, I'll try to, as soon as I'm feeling better, I'll try to do some lives. I'll try to do some better videos for you guys. I'm not sure what I'm going to do, but I need to get my health back on
Oh, wow. She's going to go back to lives. Ooh. She must be really needing the dough.
track. I want to get back. I want to travel. I want to do so many things. And I'm just feeling bogged down lately by the nostalgia, that melancholy, the grieving. It's like I still can't believe that she's not here, you know? It just really feels like a different life without her. Because she's been part of my life for so long. It's just so weird. Anyway. We can only bottle things up for so long until they resurface randomly. Like, it's totally random. Anyways, guys, I guess thanks for listening to me ramble. I just put something on quick, put a bit of makeup so I can look alive. Even then, probably just gonna take this makeup off real soon and just relax. I want to watch a horror movie called Hell House LLC Origins. If you guys have not, if you're a horror fan, you have not seen the Hell House,
Not a
if you've seen it,
fan.
let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you made it to the end of the video, put a,
Thumbs down.
well, if you're a Beezer and you're a member, put some kind of emoji. Put Salah's laughing face. And if you're not a member,
Put a thumbs down.
Put a seal emoji, the cute seal. Yeah. Anyways, guys, thanks for
All right. Well, that ends this video. I thank you for joining me. Tell me what you're thinking about what she said in this video. Do you think she's feeling terribly depressed, missing Canada? Do you think she's going to stay consistent on this diet? Let me know. Let's have a dialogue. All right, guys. Have a good night.